Hello, this is Dr. Paul Cottrell, and I'm going to be going over the S&P 500, discussing the resistance points and the support levels, so you get an idea what I suspect will happen by year's end for the S&P 500. But before we do that, please go to my store, the-studio-reykjavik.com, and take a look at some of the products that I have. I have ebooks. I have 8 ebooks and a lot of different supplements. And some of those supplements are toothpaste. I have structural nanosilver liquids, gels, soaps, drops and lozenges. I have probiotics and multivitamins. So please go to my store and get some of the structural nanosilver products. The C60 is a very strong antioxidant. I have it in a 2 ounce, a 4 ounce, or an 8 ounce configuration. You can get it. You can get extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, or MCT coconut oil. This is a very strong antioxidant. It soaks up those free radicals. Now, I have a lot of different supplements, vitamin D3, vitamin C, omega-3, ashwagandha root, good night formula, a powdered probiotic, resveratrol, vitamin B complex, turmeric, magnesium and zinc, lignans, collagen, digestive enzyme complex, clarity factors out of stock, but I'll be getting some in November. Olive leaf extract, zeolite, which is a great detoxifier, and Myotrol, which is a new product that I have in my store that will help to build muscle. And then I have my studio products, which is NAC. NAC is a great supplement to boost up your glutathione levels, to soak up free radicals on a different pathway. This is synergistic with C60, ubiquinol, which is the active form of CoQ10. This is really important to increase energy levels. It's an antioxidant and it will help with neurons. NAD plus helps to heal, repair DNA damage. NAD plus also increases your energy levels and helps with your neurons. Vitamin K2 helps with bones and joints, but also with your cardiovascular system. Nattokinase helps with your cardiovascular system and helps to break up clots. I have all natural deodorants. I have it in citrus and in peppermint, lavender, and tea tree. They're made from essential oils from the Himalayas. This is not just a deodorant, but it also can help to detoxify your body. So, get a couple bars for your household. These deodorants are for males and females. And I have a lot of different anti-aging boxes. I have beginners boxes, advanced and deluxe boxes. So you get a lot of different products. Let's say in the super deluxe box, you get the Max 35 and the C60, the vitamin D3, the vitamin C, the toothpaste, the deodorant, the probiotics, the resveratrol, the omega-3, ashwagandha, vitamin B complex, the turmeric. So instead of buying individual products, you get a little bit of a discount if you buy, one of these anti-aging boxes. Another, popular anti-aging box is the anti-aging skin health advanced box, which is you get the structural nanosilver gel, the vitamin C, the resveratrol, the collagen, and the C60. So, take a look at the different anti-aging boxes I have, especially for the cold season. You can get the anti-Fauci deluxe box, which is basically the Max 35, the C60, the vitamin D3, the magnesium and zinc, the turmeric, the ashwagandha, the omega-3, the digestive enzyme complex. This digestive enzyme complex also has bromelain in it, so it's fibrinolytic. The lignans that helps to improve your immune system. So the whole point here is neutralize pathogens, soak up free radicals, and boost up your immune system. So I have a lot of different anti-aging boxes for you to take a look at based on your price point or what you're looking for. I also have these classes where for $50 you get PDF files and videos on different subtopics on pulmonology or immunology. It's only for $50 and you get all this information on immunology. You get a free, what you do is once you pay the $50, you'll get a unique password. And what happens is that unique password will allow you to log in to the classes. Immunology, same thing, $50, and you get a lot of information. Now, to log into the class, once you pay and you get the password that's emailed to you, you just go in and click the module that you paid for, and then you type in your unique password, and it'll allow you to take a look at the PDFs and the videos that I've created for each of these subject matters. So those are the products that are on my store. If you'd like to help support my work, you can donate on the homepage. At the very bottom, you can donate through Stripe, PayPal, or buy me a coffee to help support my work. So please go to my store, the-studio-reykjavik.com. Now, what I want to do is I want to go over the S&P 500 chart. All right. And this S&P 500 chart is represented by SPY. SPY is the ETF you would purchase if you wanted to trade the S&P 500. So I'm going to do everything based on SPY. All right, there are two fib sequences. One's from the COVID crash all the way to the high point of SPY, and the beginning of the rally, the bull market. So that's this smaller fib sequence. And you notice that there are a couple almost overlaps. You have the 38% retracement overlapping with the 23% retracement. And you also have the 61% retracement overlapping with the 38% retracement. In addition, you also have this 100% retracement with the 61% retracement. Now, that's important because when you see overlaps on fib sequences, those are very strong signals, all right? So the big point that we want to understand here is that I have stated that we're going to have, for the SPY, we're going to have a 580 or more close by year end. So my target is 580 to 600 on SPY. If you're looking at the S&P 500 index, that would be 5,800 and 6,000. But you can trade the S&P 500 by just looking at SPY. So with that said, those are my targets. Now, there is a psychological barrier, always a psychological barrier with a round number like 600. All right, this is a two with two zeros. That's a strong psychological number. I suspect that that's going to be a resistance point, and another resistance point because because it has a zero in it is the 590 resistance point. But I believe that we have a higher probability of getting closer to the 600 now by year end, independent on if Trump or Harris wins the office. I think that if Harris wins the office, there's going to be a little bit of a sell-off in the market, but then it will come back by year end and then get closer to the 600 mark. If Trump wins, I don't think that there will be a sell-off, and I suspect that it will test the 590, bounce around the 590 point a little bit, and then go to 600, maybe even surpass 600. But I don't want to make that call yet until I see a little bit more of the structure post-election. Now, what's the resistance points? The resistance points are there's a psychological resistance point at the 550 mark. Okay, why? Because it has a zero in it, and it's a nice round number here, right? Now, the overlap with the 38% retracement with the 23% retracement, those two overlaps with the fib sequence, that's a very, very strong support level. So you're going to have a support level, you're going to have a psychological support level at 550 because it has a zero in it, and it's, it's a even number here. And um, you have a support level at 530, 530, right? Off of this 23% retracement. That support level is not that strong. Okay. The stronger support level. So you have a psychological support level at 550. You have a support level at the 23% retracement, which is 530, but you have an extremely strong support level at approximately 500. So if someone says, "Oh, this thing's going to sell off and it's going to go down, to the 350 or something like that," no, 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 that's not going to happen. But what's good, what you could have is a little bit of a sell-off and then bounce off of the 23% retracement, or bounce off the 38% retracement and come back. But I suspect that what's going to happen is that it's going to, it might, if Trump wins, I think that this thing's going to pop up. And if Harris wins, I think what's going to happen is there's going to be a small sell-off, and then it'll bounce off of the 550 and then come back up and try to retest the 580 mark and potentially get to the 600 mark. I think that there's more momentum for the market to go up at this juncture, independent of the presidential winner, because we're near year end, and these institutional investors need to close their books with a high note in terms of returns, because next year might be problematic. I want to see the structure. The reason why I say that is I want to see the structure as it develops, as it gets around the 600 mark for SPY, or the 6,000 mark for S&P 500, because I want to look at the microstructure of the price, because 600 makes me a little worried. And I want to understand what's going on in the economy, what's going on with the Federal Reserve, because after 600, we might get to like 620, and then we might start seeing some sort of sell-off. And I want to understand some of the microstructure as that develops. There is a little bit of trepidation after 600 or 620. There may be some corrective behavior that takes place maybe first or second quarter of next year. But for year end, I suspect that it's going to close out at 580 to 600. I don't see it closing below 580. And it's very possible that it actually trades higher than 600 by year end. If it trades even higher than 600, then that adds to my little worry, because I feel as though there is a little bit of a run up on this S&P 500, and I'm not really sure if the real economy can support those valuations for these stocks. There's probably a little bit too much hype in AI. There's probably a little bit too much hype with renewables. But we have to see. But I think year end, it's gonna trade by year end. I think S&P 500 is going to close at the 580 point, or closer, maybe even surpass the 600 mark. Again, support levels. You have a psychological support level at 550. You have a real support level at 530, and you have a major support level at 500. So with that said, the momentum is moving more closer to the 600 mark. I've been saying this, if you watch my videos, when I've been covering this type of situation, I've been stating this for several months, that this thing's going to be moving closer and closer to the 580, go the 580 or the 600 mark, and it has been doing that. I've been saying that when it was at the 500, around the 500 area. But I have a little bit of trepidation after 600. I need to see a little bit more of the microstructure. Now, the reason why I use these fib sequences, you have the COVID crash in 2020, right, and going all the way to the high point of SPY. So that's that's the longer fib sequence, and then the shorter fib sequence is the beginning of the bull market, right? So this era here is 2024. This one's 2023. So 2022, near I think it was October, around October of 2022, that was the beginnings of this kind of like this bull market. Okay, the end of the short bear market and the beginning of the bull market. And that's why we're taking this point and seeing the overlaps. I might have to do something similar with the microstructure. I don't know yet. Um, with what's going on in the Middle East, with oil, with true valuations of corporations, what's really going on with the economy. That's, we need to dive in a little bit more about how stable beyond 600 for the S&P 500 it is, and what's the potential correction. There may be a 10% correction before it really starts taking off way beyond the 600. But if you take a look at, let's say, the 500, let me show you, what I'm saying here. You take a look at the 500. It blasted through the 500, went up to about 530, and then came back down, tested the 500 and came back up, then sold off more, and then tested just above the 500 again, and then it really took off. So we may see something similar where, it tests the 600 or 620, bounces, it passes the 600, tests the 620, then falls back down, tests the 600, and comes back up and maybe goes to 100, or maybe no, 626, let's say it goes to 650, all right, and then tests again the 600 and then comes back up. Maybe we have that something similar, like a similar dynamic between this point here and this point, as it was testing the 500. Maybe we'll see something similar on the 600. I'm not sure. But it's very possible that it's more like this dynamic, where it goes to maybe 650. Just imagine this is 650, and then it starts to, break the 600, and then it starts to fall, further, and then it touches a support level. And that's why these support levels are so important. Now, as it's moving up towards the 650, these support levels will move up with it. So the 530 would end up probably being a 550, and the 500 will probably, that 500 support level is going to end up being, closer to, maybe depending, probably a 530 or something like that. But the point here is that you got strong support level. You have strong support level in this range. Even if this thing went up to 620 or 650, you still have strong support level at 550 or to the 500 range. So there's not going to be that much of a fall, even if it did, but it may not fall. I have a little bit of trepidation beyond 600, because I want to understand what's going on in the economy, in international affairs, what's going on with the true income of these companies that are part of the S&P 500. They're trading at multiples. Are they justified or unjustifiable? Who knows? But by year end, I think that this is going to be trading at anywhere between 580 and 600, independent of it being Harris or Trump. I do think that there may be a small correction or a small sell-off with Harris winning, but then bounce back up. And I think that psychological support level is 550. So that's my take on the S&P 500. Please make sure you subscribe to all my channels. I have 4 channels on YouTube. I have Brighteon, Bitchute, and Rumble. All those links are in the description of this video. So click the link and subscribe to all my channels. Also follow me on X. I have 2 feeds on X. You can follow me on GETTR. All the links are in the description of this video. And I also started up a channel on TikTok, so please follow me there. So please go to my store, the-studio-reykjavik.com. Get those supplements that I sell on there. Stack it the way I tell you to stack it. Follow the protocols. These are supplements that I use, and they are very high quality. So if you want to boost up your immune system, slow down the aging process, get healthy, improve your cardiovascular system, improve your joint health, improve your mental clarity and your mental acuity, go to my store and get the products that I've been, telling people for years and how to use. So thank you for listening. Please go to my store, the-studio-reykjavik.com. Thank you for listening and have a nice day.